Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. I hope that y'all have been well. It's been a while since I've so happy to be back live streaming all of you. I have my sketch here ready to go because I get a little bit of performance anxiety, and sketching on camera, especially live, is really nerve-wracking, so I prefer to have my sketch ready to go. Plus, I find that with my sketching, I'm very indecisive, so I think it's more interesting to watch me color than it is to sketch. Hi. Hi, Holly. Hi, everyone. Yay. Oh my gosh. Hello. Y'all are quick. Welcome, welcome. I hope that y'all have been well. I'm going to... Where do I want to start? For those of you who have been following me on Instagram, you've probably seen me working on quite a number of these portraits that I'm doing like 2 different light sources, and it's been very fun. And I think I am going to do that again here. So I very lightly like to outline a little bit where the highlight is going to be. It's blurry as fuck. Oh no. Okay. I've meant to put my data on. Hold on. Let me be right back. Okay. We're back. I turned on my phone data. I always forget something when I do live streams. And one of those things is my internet Wi-Fi is really bad. So hopefully that that helps. It looks better. Okay, good, 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 good. Yeah, thankfully my phone data is better than my Wi-Fi, apparently. Okay, that's better. Yuuji looks so good. Yay! Yay! I'm glad you recognized him. I was gonna ask people to guess who it was before I revealed, but you've already guessed it, so good job. This is my first time drawing Yuuji. By the way, for those of you who don't know, this is Yuuji from Jujutsu Kaisen, which is definitely one of my favorites right now. So let's pick a skin tone for him. So I have some swatches here. Yuuji's not super dark, so probably go with a fairly light colored peachy color here. I was planning on watching JJK. This is a sign. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. I highly, highly recommend. It is very good, especially for those of you who are into shonen series. I think that it is definitely one to watch. It's got everything you need. It's got fun characters, cool premise. I especially really like the character designs. Very good. Sorry, this is such a slow start. It's been so long since I've done a live stream on YouTube. Well, excluding my Patreon live streams, but that's a whole different thing. I'm nervous. How's summer been treating you? Down here in the south, it's actually been cooler than normal, but I know a lot of areas have been experiencing record-breaking temperatures. Yeah, it's been good. I think for Toronto summer, the weather temperature has been pretty good. Like kind of pretty, I don't want to say mild, because there's definitely been like a number of pretty warm days and like humid days, but there's been a lot of like humidity and rain, which is kind of annoying sometimes when, you know, you're like, it's summer, I want to go to the beach and go out and stuff. So, and go to patios and whatever, because that's all we can do right now, right? So, yeah. Trying to decide on the color scheme here. Yuuji. I should have done more planning before hopping on, but it's okay. Let's go with this blue for the shadowy color. Oh, Yuuji looks so pretty. By the way, who's your favorite JJK character? Thank you so much. This is my first time drawing Yuuji, so I'm glad. I like really rushed it. I I was like, oh no, the live stream's starting soon. I should finish this sketch. My favorite, it's hard to pick like because all the characters are so great, but I gotta go with Gojo for sure. He is, I love the duality. I think his kind of like happy-go-lucky, relaxed demeanor paired with the fact that he's like the strongest character is so fun. Yeah, but I do really love Nanami as well, kind of, you know, in the opposite direction in terms of personality, but I love him. I'm not caught up on the manga, by the way, so no spoilers. I mean, actually, I already know a lot of spoilers, but no spoilers for people in the chat who are not caught up with it. But yeah, where did I get to not reveal anything? I got to the part where the curses are like confronting Gojo. It's October 31st. So, you know, D-Day has arrived and it was getting really intense. So I was like, I can't handle this. I stopped reading the manga for a bit. But I'll definitely be picking it back up, I'm sure. But I am looking forward to the movie, that follows Yuta, the prequel series. I have not read that manga yet. I feel like I should before I see the movie. But yeah, very excited for that. And season 2, obviously, which I think they announced officially, right? Same, I start mangas but I never end up finishing them. I know, it's hard. I love the Shinso fan art you posted, by the way. Thank you so much. I love Shinso. Oh my gosh. He's one of my favorite My Hero Academia characters for sure. I think, but I gotta say Bakugo is my number one still. Who I finished drawing, by the way. He is ready to be posted on, I'm gonna post him on Friday because I actually filmed the process of me working on that portrait for the Friday YouTube video. So I want to leave it as a little bit of a surprise for when that goes up. And I'm currently, last night I was working on Todoroki. He's almost done, actually. I'll probably end up posting him tomorrow. And yeah, I'm all over the place working on like several portraits at once. Have you seen Violet Evergarden? I haven't. I've been hearing a lot about that series. I have not seen it though. If I'm not mistaken, I feel like it's more of a serious one, right? Is that right? I'm not sure. I don't remember. But I feel like I've heard people talk about it for sure. What am I doing here? Maybe... It's been so long since I've done these live streams. My brain is having a hard time juggling the chat room and thinking about my next move here on my illustration. Hi, Tina. I'm so glad. This is my first live. I've managed to catch. He looks so good. Yay, thank you so much. I'm so excited for Todoroki. I'm obsessed with that boy. Definitely my favorite character for Boku no Hero. Yes. He is a really good character, for sure. I love the internal family struggles, for sure. We love a backstory. Okay, I think we're good for the blue for now. And now I think, what do I want to do? I like having the secondary light source here. Oh wait, I forgot to do this part. For those of you who already know, Itadori has pink hair. And now I'm trying to decide if I want the second light source to be like a lighter pink, or if I should just go something entirely different and go like yellow. Just for like that contrast. Let's see. Did you watch Miraculous Ladybug? I did, sort of. I watched the first. Okay. Yes, people are digging the yellow. All right, we're doing yellow. Yeah, I watched when Miraculous Ladybug like first came out. I watched the first season in Japanese, and I think, right? Because it comes in, you can watch it in French or Japanese or English, right? Is that right? So yeah, I watched the first season way back when, and then I thought it was really cute, and but I don't know, I just didn't feel inclined enough to pick it up again. But it's I'm glad that people are still really enjoying it. It was very cute for sure. I love watching you color. It's a teaching moment for me on how to stay on the lines. Yay! I'm glad. I'm always very happy to hear that watching me create something helps you guys in some way, because I know that people have asked me for tutorials, and unfortunately that's just not something that I'm really inclined to work on. So I'm glad that even though my content is not tutorials specifically, it's good to know that you guys can still learn something from watching the process. So I'm glad to hear that. Do you prefer Ohuhu or ArtX markers? Honestly, they're so similar, and I don't consider myself like a marker expert, even though I do work with markers a lot. But because of the way that I work with markers, like I work with them so simply, like I work just like in flats for the most part. I don't do like a lot of heavy blending and stuff. So I don't think that I'm the most equipped to be dissecting marker brands comparatively, but I work with the Ohuhu ones a little bit more often, I think, mainly because I have their pastel set, which I really enjoy. And yeah, and I have been working with Ohuhu for quite a while now, and they are like just so great to work with. Like the correspondent that I'm in contact with is like so nice and easygoing, and yeah, I vouch for Ohuhu. I really enjoy working with them. The drawing right now is giving me vibes from the first JJK ending song. Yeah, Lost in Paradise. Oh my god, I love that ending so much. Also, I'm so sorry that you guys had to listen to me sing very briefly. I love that ending so much. It's so fun. I'm like rewatching JJK actually with my friend right now because I love it, and I was like, you have no choice but to be obsessed with it with me as well. So yeah, and so whenever the ending comes on, we just dance to it. It's so fun, and I love the contrast of the series as a whole and like the opening in comparison to the ending. It's a good time. It's like a emotional palate cleanser because sometimes the series can get a little intense. Have you been watching Drag Race España? I haven't. Should I? I'm having such a hard time keeping up with all the Drag Race content. It's insane. Like I don't get me wrong, I love Drag Race, but I am feeling that slight overload. So I've been keeping up with All Stars 6. Not even very well. I think I'm a couple episodes behind, but yeah, I have not watched a lot of the international ones. I watched UK, and then I watched a little bit of Canada's Drag Race, which I'm from Canada, so I feel like I definitely should watch the whole thing. But yeah, there's so much Drag Race content. I almost missed this because I fell asleep. I'm so glad I didn't. Aw. Well, I hope that it's an appropriate time for you. Live streams can be tricky because I know that there's so many different time zones and everyone's, in a different place. So I often feel a little bad when my time slot doesn't work for everybody, but unfortunately, that's just how it goes. But thank you for joining. I saw someone mention Tokyo Ghoul. I haven't seen it yet, but I feel like I've been being recommended that one quite a bit. So I will definitely add it to my ever-growing list. So much content, so little time. I started Beastars Season 2, which dropped on Netflix. I'm only 2 episodes in, I think. But yeah, it's a cool series. Catches you off guard at first, the first season for sure. Tokyo Ghoul is amazing in my opinion. I have the manga. Manga's so great. It's Yuuji Itadori, right? Yes, this is correct. You got it. My boy Yuuji. His hair was really hard, actually. I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna have difficulties coloring it and rendering it as well, but that, like, the two-tone, the undercut, it's such a strange... I mean, anime characters always have strange hair, but yeah, his was particularly tricky for me this morning. I finished JJK in 2 days. It's one of my favorites. I agree. It's really good. What is an art-related project you've been putting off, and what is the reason for doing so? Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm somebody who always has like 600 ideas, and it takes me so long to actually get around to executing any of them, just due to time, mostly. But I would say the next thing, or the next main thing, is I really want to do more enamel pin designs, and I've been saying that for probably like 2 years, and so that is the main thing on my list for sure. And I'm hoping, I wrote it down for my to-do list this month, so we'll see if I actually, or not this month, next month, August. So we'll see if I actually get around to doing that. I have some sketches, I have some ideas, so I'm looking forward to hopefully getting around to doing that. We'll see. All of the art supplies I'm using is in the description, and I have Amazon links as well. Although if you have an art supply store in your area, I definitely recommend checking that out first. I'm a big advocate for supporting your local art stores. Hair is always so difficult for me. And anime hair is especially difficult. I'm eating ramen while watching. Ooh, yum. I love ramen. I have not had ramen in a little bit just because I find that... Oh, this was the wrong blue color. I find that in the summertime, I don't want like really hot food. And so I look forward to having ramen again when it gets cold. But I know that's like the the opposite of a lot of hot countries, and a lot of people's mentality is that you're supposed to have like hot food when it's hot so that your body like will sweat it out. But I hate sweating. So I'd rather have like a poke bowl or something that's like not super hot. Eating ramen in the summer makes me so sweaty, but it's so tasty. I watched your cat woman screen cap the other day. My sister saw it and is so obsessed with your shop now. Oh yay! Thank you so much. I freaking love Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. Like that version of Catwoman in Batman Returns is just so iconic, and I am obsessed. So I'm very glad that people enjoyed seeing that little throwback. Is this the right pink for his hair color? Let's see. I have my iPad here so that I can pull up a picture of him. Except I did not do that in advance, so now I have to do it right now. Itadori Yuuji. There we go. Yeah, I think this is the right color, more or less. And so we have the fun task of coloring around all of these little blue parts that I put in. This two-tone marker, two-toned highlight light source situation that I've been doing in these portraits definitely is a perfect example of it goes through like ugly stages before it looks better. And even though I've done this style of portrait now like a couple of times, I'm always very skeptical during this stage, especially the hair. I find the hair always looks really strange. But once I like throw in the color pencils and stuff, and the liner, it starts to look a lot better. Trust the process, as they say. Sorry, I'm not keeping up with the chat. I'm focusing on getting this hair color in. That's a hot tip for markers, I find, is to not let if you're trying to color in like one area, try not to stop like halfway through, because if you let the edges dry, it ends up being like really splotchy. Although I'm not usually like overly concerned about things being perfectly smooth, since I often end up using colored pencils on top anyways, but you know, we want to prevent as much splotchiness as possible. And in case nobody knew, but I do have I have like some frequently asked questions in the description as well, in case there is something that you were wondering about and I might have already answered it in a previous video or in my description. What color is his eyes? I actually have no idea. Let's see. Brown? Yes. Okay. Do you have a favorite Boku no Hero character or a favorite Boku no Hero Academia villain? Yes, Bakugo is my #1 fave. I will be showing a process of me working on him in Friday's YouTube video, so look forward to that. I'm very excited. I think he turned out really good. I see Itadori, I click. Hello, welcome. Doesn't it bother you to have the texture of the colored pencil? I don't know. I don't like how it leaves gaps, I guess. No, I don't mind it. I think that I actually like the colored pencil texture. Not when it's too excessive. Like I purposely pick paper that is on the smoother side so that the colored pencil is not too rough looking. And I think that's the benefit of having the marker underneath, is that having a base color helps alleviate any gaps feeling too jarring, if that makes sense. Like, hold on, let me pull up an example here. So, okay, there we go. So here's the Shinso drawing that I did. And yeah, so there's definitely, like, you can see the color pencil texture, but I think it creates like a really interesting look. And because we have marker underneath of, you know, similar color families, I find that it helps fill in the gaps and doesn't make the texture look that, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's definitely that comes down to personal preference for sure. But I really like it. And yeah, so that's my 2 cents on that. But yeah, so for those of you who are new or just coming in or whatever, and you're like, what the heck is happening here? This is kind of the vibe that we're gonna end up with. I'm not sure if I will end up being able to finish it from start to finish with everyone on live stream, and then here's Deku here. This is actually a better example because he has we've got the same blue and yellow lighting happening here. Super fun. I'm not drawing, but I'm doing some punch needle. Ooh, that's fun. I have been seeing a lot of punch needle happening on my Instagram and stuff. It looks so fun. I'm definitely need to tell myself to not do it because I keep picking up new art supplies or materials for new hobbies, and then I don't commit to it, and then I'm just stuck with all these things. Like the polymer clay. I still haven't touched the polymer clay since that one video. Now I'm trying to find the right brown shade here for his eyes and then the undercut. I don't want to go too dark, so I'm trying to find something a little bit more of a mid-tone brown. That's a little bit too orange. And I'm not writing down what I'm... Oh dear. You know what? I have the swatches, unfortunately, in the same sketchbook, so it makes it really difficult, but let me see. BR2? Is that this? BR2, let's see. Yeah, I definitely think a cooler brown. This is like way too orange for sure. This one is kind of on the yellowy side, I think. The nice thing, though, I will say, actually, again, with the using colored pencils on top, is that you can adjust the colors of your base because you're putting like more colors on top. So even if the color is not exactly what I want, I am going to be using colored pencils on top anyways, so I can, you know, manipulate the tones a little bit. And even if you go too dark, I find that with the Prismacolor color pencil specifically, because they're so pigmented, you can still lighten areas up a little bit with like a lighter color pencil. Not perfectly, obviously, but pretty good. This pink, blue, and yellow combo is pretty adorable. Not gonna lie. Layering is hard for me. I have such a heavy hand. Yeah, that can be tricky with colored pencils because I definitely think that with colored pencils, you want to start out a little bit lighter. And I think that I generally used to have a pretty heavy hand as well, but it's just something that you practice over time. And yeah, I find that I have that problem, especially when I'm drawing on my iPad. My hands actually get like sore from gripping the pen too hard. I think I'm gonna give him like a dark blue suit to kind of, what am I going? The kind of like a nod to his uniform. Or the Jujutsu Kaisen uniform. Jujutsu Sorcerer, I mean. I don't know why I just randomly thought of this, but I will say I have not noticed the smell with these Ohuhu markers. I know sometimes people are worried about the smell of alcohol markers, and it is true that sometimes they do have a smell, but right at this moment, I am not noticing a smell with the Ohuhu markers, so there's that. And I know people are always like really worried about streaks and patchiness and markers. I don't know. I used to be really upset about those kinds of things, and I'm more mindful of that when it comes to the face, but when it comes to clothing, I don't mind that much. I'm not as precious about it. Hello, Tina. I finally got on your stream before it ended. Hello, welcome. It's only been like 30 minutes, so you're not too late. I don't know how long I'm going to stream today, but usually my live streams are like an hour at least, and then sometimes they'll go for a couple hours. There's been times where I've done, or there used to be a time where I almost always did like 3-hour live streams, which is like kind of crazy. I don't know if I'm going to go 3 hours today. Probably not. I think I was very adamant about like wanting to start and finish something in one live stream, but I've realized that sometimes that just doesn't happen, and that's okay. But I do have my water bottle here with me, next to me, so that I can stay hydrated. Recommend everyone does the same. Very important. Stay hydrated, folks. Drink water, everyone. Yes. It's just us and our emotional support water bottles against the world. Yes, my water bottle has a cute little sticker here. I'm sure you're all, many of you are probably familiar with this artist. Their handle on Instagram is like 00.073UV or something like that. I always forget exactly what it is, but yeah, super cute. That sticker made me hungry. I know, right? Someone was talking about how they were eating ramen earlier, so that's kind of fitting. Okay, I didn't do this on purpose, but like this suit with like the open dress shirt combo and this little necklace or whatever, this like fully giving me like Dynamite BTS music video vibes for sure. Definitely not mad at it, that's for sure. Doing bead bracelets while watching. Ooh, fun. What's your favorite size of sketchbook? Probably this size-ish. I'm not like super particular, but I like this, roughly this size. It's not too big, not too small. What size is this sketchbook? This is 10 by 7.6 inches. Okay. Next, let's color in the shirt. Do I want to use this color? Sure. Thoughts on the BTS meal? Okay, I definitely did try it. So I think it's really funny because like I hadn't had McDonald's in probably like a year or two. And then the BTS McDonald's meal launched, and me and my friend were like, you know what? Let's go try it. Why not? And like it was very nostalgic in the sense that like I hadn't had like chicken McNuggets in ages. So they tasted exactly how I remembered. I liked the sauces, they were fine. I think I preferred the Cajun one. But they were both fine. The packaging was really cute. I feel like that was the winner for me. The packaging was cute. But, you know, I enjoyed it enough. And I got my fill of McDonald's for like the next few years. Whenever I draw guys for too long, I forget how to draw girls and vice versa. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that is totally fair. I feel that way with when I switch from medium to medium, like art mediums. If I'm using like, you know, watercolors for a really long time and then I try to switch back to gouache, it's like, oh God, I have to learn all over again. So have I experienced that with the drawing guys versus drawing girls? I don't know if I have yet. I have been drawing a lot of dudes for the past little while, but we'll see. I'm gonna draw Nobra next, I think, so we'll see how that goes when I get around to her. Or Megumi next. We'll see. Depending on how I'm feeling. Oh, you know what's the next big question? What color background to give Itadori? I didn't think about that. My brain wants to say pink because his hair is pink, but then is that too much pink? Maybe if I go for like a darker pink. Let's see. Questions. Oop. Peachy pink, purple. Also hi from the UK. Lilac. Ooh. Look at this color. This like fluorescent. What is this? Light prawn. Green, maroon, or dark red. Interesting. We've definitely got a lot of different suggestions here. I feel like a cool tone color I want to reserve for Megumi, like a purple or a blue. Same with Gojo. I think Gojo would make sense with like a blue, and I want to have like a slightly different color for each character. So I think I might actually just go ahead and do this hot pink, whatever this is. Or, oh yeah, people are mentioning like an orangey color. Let me swatch something like that first. Let's see. No, I don't like that. Not into that one. Let's see something else. No. Oh wait, no, you guys are right. Red would make sense because he has the red hoodie and the red shoes. True. Okay. I'm sold on red now. Let's see. Maybe not this strong of a red. Let's see. People are into the red. Okay, cool. Or what if I did this color but twice? Like a double. Whoa, that's very bright. It's so intense. Welcome to my indecisive brain. I'm so indecisive. Okay, I'm gonna sit on that for a little bit. I'm gonna color in his eyebrows for now. Okay, Itadori's eyebrows. I guess they would be a brown because of his undercut. What color was this again? Right. What I usually like to do with eyebrows is I go for a slightly lighter marker color than what I initially, oh no, what I want the final color to be, because I like to use like a darker colored pencil on top to get in those lines of the eyebrow hairs. And since like typically a lot of anime characters, generally they'll have like really thin eyebrows, but I really like thick eyebrows. So yeah, trying to find that balance of like going in light first just to like ease myself into it. Even though I always commit to like super strong, thick eyebrows anyway in the end. Would you recommend pastel Ohuhu markers or the regular ones? Tough call, because like the pastel ones I really enjoy, but I find that I do end up using darker and mid-tone colors from the other sets. So it is a little bit more limited to only have the pastels. But if you are someone who really likes using pastels, then it's definitely not a bad idea, but it is a little bit more limiting for sure. Okay, now, oh yeah, I gave him a little necklace here, so let's color that in with something. I guess we can say it's gonna be a gold, sure. What color is this? Oh my gosh, whenever I do live streams, I have to close my window and turn on all my studio lights, and I'm like sweating. It is very humid. I recently got some Ohuhu markers. Been trying to learn how to use them from your Dario video. Yay, awesome. Yeah, I have quite a number of Ohuhu videos on my channel, so there is plenty of content there for sure. I mean, in any alcohol marker, really. They're all gonna be quite similar in terms of the process. Dang it, guys, I can't decide on this which color to use for his background. And they're not even that different. They're, okay, you know what? I'm making the decisive decision to go with this red because that is pretty close to his hoodie color. We're doing it. Oh my god, it's so strong. That's okay. The thing, too, is I can always... So, with all these portraits that I've been working on, I'm hoping to turn them into stickers. And so, if for, you know, whatever reason I end up, like, really disliking this color for the background, I can always change it digitally before I make them into stickers. So, that's what I'm telling myself. And you know what? That's okay if it doesn't end up being what I want it to be. But it is definitely indicative of his character design with that red hoodie and his red shoes. So it's, we'll see. And it looks like really strong, obviously, but when we do like all the line art and the color pencil, it will probably not look quite as, I mean, it's still intense, but I mean, that's kind of the vibe with these portraits anyways. Like, they're very bold. I'm going for like very bold colors in the first place, so it's all good. But sorry, I'm not paying attention to the chat. I'm making sure I don't get his face here, because that would be not good. High concentration here. Okay, there we go. Carve out his cheek there. This is giving me so much motivation to go and sketch. Yay, I'm glad. I just realized that his pose looks like the handsome guy of Korean dramas. I mean, so true, but also makes so much sense because I've been reading so many manhwas, which is like the Korean webcomics. And I have fallen down the BTS rabbit hole, so combine those two things together and this is the result. So it totally makes sense. And yeah, I was just like, I wanted to have some kind of hand pose in these portraits just to like give it a little bit more interest, since it is just a portrait. And so I find that like finding fun poses that like include a hand makes it a little bit more interesting. So yeah. I apologize that for the next couple of minutes, it's just going to be me filling in the background, which is not very exciting, but necessary. Anybody else experience seasonal allergies? So annoying. I didn't take my seasonal allergy pill today, so I'm a little sniffly. Apologize. Hopefully I don't sneeze like halfway through this process. And now we have the fun task of going around all of his hair. Oh my gosh, the pink of his hair with this blue is really, really cute. I love it. One of my fave combos, I think, pink and blue. I've been sniffling for the past 4 days, and it's so annoying. Oh my god, I know, it's so bad. It's very disruptive. I have some Art X, and they're pretty good. Didn't expect the red to go so well, but oh my god, it does. Yay, I'm glad. Yeah, I think red and navy blue especially is like a really, really good combo. It's just like a classic look for sure. I was unsure about it, but with that baby blue, it just vibes. Yay, I'm glad, I'm glad. Yeah, I think the contrast is working. And again, I think, yeah, including the red background really reinforces the character, just in terms of his character design. Because I was thinking about that when I was working on the sketch. I was like, oh, where am I gonna, I guess I'm gonna exclude like red from his outfit. But now we found a way to make it part of the illustration. Getting around all these little strands of hair, this is definitely where having a brush marker comes in handy. And this background definitely turned out like pretty streaky, but I'm not really that concerned. If I really feel inclined, I'll do a second pass later, but for now, I'm just gonna leave it. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, everyone drink water. Very thirsty. Tina, do you have any video ideas for art? Funny you should say that, because that's actually going to be this week's video on Friday. The video topic is how to fill up your sketchbook. So I'm going to actually be like posting a video that is going through all sorts of different ideas. But I do actually have quite a few YouTube videos already that talk about like different topic ideas for sketchbooks or making art. Like, what's one called? The one, what to draw when you have artist block or something. What I do when I have artist block. I forget. That's something like that. Something, the title, something like that. But yeah, pretty much like most of my sketchbook videos, I do a lot of kind of exploring that topic. I just bought my first like official sketchbook. Yay, that's so exciting. Congrats. I remember my first sketchbook very vividly, actually. My aunt bought it for me from Walmart, I think. And it was very exciting because prior to that, I was just using like copy paper. So I'm very excited for you. It feels very official for sure. I love your art style. It's such a good blend of anime cartoon style with some realistic editing. Love it. Thank you so much. All of my art supplies that I'm using in today's video is listed in the description. And I had the foresight to include all the art supplies that I plan to use throughout the video. So I like thought ahead. Okay, so we've now done all the marker stuff for the most part. Now I'm gonna bust out some fine liners and do some of that. So let's see, I've been really enjoying using red. Where's my red one? Here. I'm probably gonna use a combo red and brown. Where's my brown one? Here. Maybe some blue. Yeah, I might end up doing some blue in some other spots, but in any case. Something that I've been doing that I picked up from a lot of the manhwas that I've been reading is having the eyes, like the upper lash line, have a tint of color. And I think that it adds like a really fun touch and a lot of like dimension and really draws you to look at the eyes, which, you know, is the main focal point for portraits, in my opinion. What anime are you watching right now? What's your favorite? I have been rewatching Jujutsu Kaisen with my friend, which I mentioned earlier, which is who I'm drawing the main character from Jujutsu Kaisen right now. And I am also currently watching the second season of Beastars. And then I watch a lot of things at once. I just like flip-flop between them depending on my mood. And then, oh my gosh, I'm really nervous about talking and doing the eyes at the same time. Hold on. Let me just... Okay, that was the important part. What else? Oh, I started watching Hunter x Hunter because it's a couple of the seasons are on Netflix, and I was like, sure, why not? Not my favorite, but it's fun enough that I am continuing to watch it. But it's I'm not like super keen on it right now. I recently, in terms of a favorite though, or something that like I did really love is Given. Oh my god, guys. If anyone out there has watched Given, the anime, or read the manga, oh my gosh, I cried so hard. Very emotional about it. So much so that I was like thinking about it for days. I watched the Given movie too. Oh my god, I was not prepared. So many emotions. Too much. So many emotions. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, Given is more of like a drama slice of life romance type series, and it follows like a group of guys who form a rock band together. And something that I really loved about it was, I mean, among other many things, but a really nice touch that I really enjoyed was the song titles of the episodes were references to actual songs, and all this, like, it would usually be kind of indicative of like the themes of that episode, which I thought was like a really fun connection when I was like looking at the set list or the episode list. And I was like, wait, Wonderwall, I was like, Creep, Fluorescent Adolescence. Like, I was just like, oh wait, these are all song titles. So cool. And yeah, I appreciated especially I was like very excited about the 1975 reference because that's like one of my faves. Who do you sim for in anime? Oh my gosh, too many characters. Too many. All of them. All of them. There's always like 2 or 3 in every anime I watch, I feel like. Except for Hunter x Hunter, because I don't know. I have to I have to give it a better chance. I need to keep watching it. I'm only on the first season, I think, right? Also, can we just why are there no main female characters in Hunter x Hunter? I think that's like really throwing me off. I'm like kind of mad about that. I'm giving it a shot though, I swear. I'm still watching it. I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. I saw the 1975 live. They were so good. Oh my god, I'm so jealous. I wanted to see them live a couple of years ago, and when I looked, I was like, oh, they're coming to Toronto. And then, of course, they were performing the same night on the same night as a different show that I already had tickets to. So I was like, well, I can't go to both. But it was fine. The other show was Beyonce, so I mean, not entirely mad at that. She was incredible. So I'll have to wait for them to come back at some point. Something that I've also been enjoying doing is putting like a blue ring around the iris. I saw Happy D Artist doing this in her oil paintings, and it reminded me of, for those of you who wear contacts, you probably recognize this or know or realize or notice this, is like when you wear contacts and you look really closely, it kind of looks like there's like a kind of a blue ring around your eye. And so I think it looks really cool. So that's where I got that idea. What is your advice for high school students learning art all on their own? Honestly, my main advice for any beginner artist is to just make art that makes you happy. Like, don't be overly concerned about being the best or being social media ready or, being perfect. Like, my whole thing when I was in high school, I made so much art, and while of course, like, there was a part of me that was like, trying to improve my drawing skills and get better and improve and, yada, yada, yada. But I think like the main thing was I was just like, I really like anime and creating characters. And that was my way, that was my outlet to show my love for these things. And I think that in turn, because I was just for the sake of the fact that I was genuinely so excited and do it, that I just got better because I was drawing a lot. And yeah, I think that when you're passionate about something, naturally you're going to spend a lot of time doing it, and then in turn you'll get better. So yeah, just enjoy life and do the things that make you happy. Life is short. Enjoy it. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I love the way you draw boys. You make them so dreamy. Thank you. It's funny because I definitely, went quite a long time, like, not drawing male characters or male presenting people for quite a while. And I think when I made a video where I went through like all of my old, not all, but a bunch of my old sketchbooks and artwork from like when I was in high school. And when I was in high school, I drew male characters all the time, and I was like, how the tables have turned. And now I'm back, just full circle. Now I'm back doing this again. It's been really fun. Okay, where do I want to do? I guess, yeah, I'm gonna go with this dark brown for the outer, since the background is red, and doing a red line art is not very helpful. What TV shows do you like watching? A lot of TV shows, so many TV shows. I already kind of went pretty extensively on animes that I've been watching, so we'll skip that. I recently watched the second season of Never Have I Ever, which I was really excited about because I quite enjoyed the first season. And I actually, yeah, I had gotten my second dose of my vaccine and then just sat on the couch and watched or binged the entire second season of Never Have I Ever, which is kind of perfect because I was like, you know, pretty tired. Like, I thankfully didn't experience like anything really, really bad in terms of the side effects of the second dose. Except, you know, like I was definitely like pretty tired, a little headachy, kind of achy. But yeah, so sitting on the couch and binge watching a TV show was kind of the perfect thing. But yeah, I not to spoil anything, but I feel like I definitely enjoyed the first season of Never Have I Ever a lot more than the second season. I think the second season suffered from including too many new characters, and then so the storylines were just like there was too much going on, I think. So I don't know. I mean, definitely still worth watching. I still had a good time watching it, but yeah. How the heck? What did this happen? So random. Oh my God, are you Ben or Paxton? Team Ben or Paxton? I know, isn't that the age-old question with love triangles? Honestly, I think I like both characters, and I will say that was something that was really successful with the second season. Was I was very glad that they rounded out Paxton's character beyond what he was in the first season. But I think I'm still kind of leaning towards Ben, just because I think that there's more to the dynamic between between Ben and Davy. Like they challenge each other academically, and whereas like clearly Davy and Paxton have a lot of physical chemistry, but I don't know what their relationship would look like if they were just like having a conversation that had nothing to do with school. So we'll see. I can't wait for this sketchbook tour. I like Ben too. Thank you. Yeah. So this sketchbook, actually, this one is not going to be part of the sketchbook tour. But I will be doing the sketchbook tour of the other thing I was working in. This one, dish one. There's 2 pages left in the sketchbook, so very excited to finally do a sketchbook tour later this month. It's been a long time. That sketchbook, I started it in 2016, so very slow to finish. What is your favorite genre of music? Oops. That's not what I wanted. I wanted, wait, what did I wanted to do? This. Favorite genre of music? Honestly, like, if I'm gonna be honest in terms of, like, the genre the umbrella genre that I listen to the most, it's probably pop music. And, you know, that sounds like not an exciting answer, but it's true. Right now, I have been listening to an excessive amount of BTS, and I have no regrets. But a good kind of overall thing is I really like the 1975. I really like Charlie XCX. I like Rina Sawayama. And those, I feel like they kind of fit in that like indie pop genre. And then Walk the Moon, they recently released a couple new songs, so I've been listening to that as well. I've been really enjoying those. I saw Walk the Moon live actually a number of years ago, and they were so fun. They had like face paint at the front, and so we like decked our faces out in face paint for the show. So fun. Loved it. Loved it. Lost in the Wild is a great song. Yeah, they just have, it's a good vibe. It's a good vibe. What else? What else am I listening to? I'm also a big fan of R&B as well. The Unholy, Unholy Hour, right? Is that what it's called? Chloe and Halle. I was about to say Unholy Blood. I was like, nope, that's the manhwa I'm reading about vampires. Totally different thing. This is what happens when you're doing two things at once. But yeah, I don't know. Music is like one of those things where it's like a great thing to talk about because it brings people together, but it's also like kind of stressful because I think that everybody's music tastes vary so widely. Like, you know, one day I'll be listening to Elton John's greatest hits, and then the next day I'll be listening to BTS. Or the next I'll be listening to like Disney soundtracks. Do you recommend acrylic gouache for beginners starting out with gouache? Good question. Honestly, I think it just depends on what your preference is with painting. Like with regular gouache, you can keep using the paint from the palette even after it's dried. So that's like really nice. Whereas acrylic gouache, when it's dry, it's like totally permanent, which is good and bad. With like layering, it's great because then you can just keep going and going and going. But that if you know, mix the color on the palette and then it dries out, you have to remix it. I don't know. It's so hard to recommend one over the other because everyone's preferences are different. So I don't know. It really depends. I would just say my advice would be to watch videos from various artists working with either of them and then decide what you think would be more suitable for you. I know that's not the answer that maybe you wanted, but I think that it's going to be more helpful rather than just asking because what I prefer is going to be different from what you prefer. So, you know? Okay, let's need to outline this. I'm glad to be able to watch live while I work. Your business is inspiring. Yay, thank you so much. I love Webtoons. Yeah, me too. Me too. Have you seen Black Widow? Spoiler, Natasha is my favorite Avenger. Oh, right. I have not seen that. I have kind of been, like, don't get me wrong, I'm really into the MCU. I like superhero movies. I enjoy that stuff. But I think I've been feeling that like superhero fatigue a little bit. So I've been like taking a little break. I'll probably watch it eventually. But yeah, I'll report back when I get around to watching it. I'm still like, I like started watching Loki and then I just like, again, I just wasn't in the mood for it. So I've only seen like the first half of the first episode, I think. I'll get around to it eventually. Well, that's okay. My favorite My Hero Academia character is Bakugo, my angry Pomeranian. What webtoons have you been reading lately? Oh my God, so many. But I think my favorites right now, I just read the final chapter or the season finale chapter of The Remarried Empress. That's like one of my favorites for sure. Unholy Blood is a big favorite as well. I really have been enjoying Men of the Harem. I just think it's so fun. um, what else? What else am I reading? Trying to remember. So hard. I read so many, and then I get them all mixed up. Especially because so many of them are manhwas, and so the I get all the names mixed up. It gets crazy. Oh, one that's like new, that's like it started with, it's called Hero Killer. That one's pretty cool. I'm not very far because the series. Oh my gosh! I can't believe I didn't mention My Gently Raised Beast, I think it's called. There's like several different versions of that title, but I'm obsessed with that one. It's really cute and wholesome. I know the title sounds weird, but it's good, I swear. Are you reading Seasons of Blossom? I'm not. I haven't heard that one. Do you work on a piece in one sitting or over the course of several days? Usually, it'll probably over a couple of days. I think that, yeah, usually. Not always, though. There's some cases. I guess when it comes to something like that's like a little bit more involved, it usually ends up being over the course of a couple days. But if it's like something more casual in my sketchbook, then maybe I'll do it in one sitting. But something like this, like a lot of these marker color pencil portraits that I've been doing, usually I've been like over the course of a couple days. What do you do if a drawing doesn't turn out the way you want it to? Let me tell you, that happens so often. It does. It's unfortunately, that's just the nature of creating artwork. But the thing is any time that you spend making artwork is not a waste of time, even if it doesn't turn out the way you want it, because you can learn from that experience and carry it over to the next one. So for me, I think it's more productive to just move on to the next thing rather than just wallowing and being upset about somehow something turned out. Does that make sense? I mean, obviously, I'm guilty of doing that 100%. I've definitely been in a position where I'm like, oh my God, I spent so long on this thing and I had such high hopes for it and it didn't turn out the way I wanted. And so, yeah, of course, it can be discouraging. But I think overall, the nice thing about art is that it's not going anywhere. You can just make another one. So, feel your feelings and then move on to the next piece and just learn from what didn't work out in the previous one. Okay, I thought I was gonna go in with colored pencils, but I feel like I need another pass on this skin tone with some more stronger colors here, just to reinforce some of these areas I want a little bit more dimension. What is your favorite manga that doesn't have an anime adaptation? Oh, you know what? I think, oh no, something smudged. Whoops. That's a good question. I actually think that, I think everything that I've consumed has both a manga and an anime. Well, except Skate the Infinity is an anime only. But yeah, I think that is, I think because I actually read, or no, I think what usually ends up happening is that I pick up an anime, really enjoy it, and then I'm like too impatient to wait for like the next season and I want to know what happens next, and then I start reading the manga. So oftentimes I'm reading a manga because I enjoyed the anime. When I was in high school, though, I definitely like read manga like way, way, way more than I do now. I used to have my sister used to work at a magazine publishing company, and they were one of the distributors for Shonen Jump and Shonen Beat, or no, Shonen Jump and Shoujo Beat. And so she used to send them to me. In any case, so I used to read a ton of shoujo manga, but like they all got turned into animes. I feel like Nana, Vampire Knight. Those are the other two that come to mind right now. Do you watch the dubs or subs when you watch anime? I definitely watch the subs more often. When I was younger and first getting into anime, I was just watching them on TV, so they were dubbed. But as a viewer now, I prefer watching the subs. And for those of you who are either new here or haven't seen my studio vlog, but I am actually slowly teaching myself Japanese, which has been really, really fun. And so now when I'm watching an anime, I can like slowly pick up on things very slowly. Learning a new language is hard, and I don't think I'm ever going to be like really good at it, but it's been really, really fun to have like a hobby that has nothing to do with like career stuff. Like I don't feel like I have to monetize it in some way. So it's been quite fun. And I'm using the app Duolingo, which is free. So if anyone wants to learn a new language, check it out. Not sponsored, by the way. Have you watched No, I haven't watched the Demon Slayer movie yet. I'm not ready. I've heard spoilers. I'm not emotionally ready. Sorry for the bell sound. I live near a school, so the bell just rang for recess. But yeah, I'll definitely be watching Mugen Train soon, I'm sure. I think what my friend and I are doing, we're gonna finish watching Jujutsu Kaisen first. I've already seen it, but this is her first round of watching it. And then we're gonna watch the movie, the Demon Slayer movie. She gets the characters and the storylines mixed up a lot. And so I feel like if I disrupt her viewing of Jujutsu Kaisen halfway through the season and then we jump to the Demon Slayer movie, she's gonna be so confused. So one at a time. What is your favorite Disney movie? Ooh, I feel like it changes every couple of years, but I think right now it's actually Hercules. Hercules is underrated, guys. So good. I love your nails, by the way. Thank you. I painted them last night. I was like, oh, I want my nails to look cute for the live stream today. So, my friend says it reminds them of Dora the Explorer because of the like coral and the purple. Okay, now I think I'm gonna finally do some color pencil action here. It matches the drawing. True. Cute. What's your favorite art medium? Kind of a toss-up between gouache and watercolor. I'm a very indecisive person. I'm very, very much, I very much fit the Libra stereotype in that sense, in the indecisive category. I gotta say, this pale vermilion in the Prismacolor pencil crayon, it's probably like one of my favorite colors to use for when I draw portraits. It's just like this perfect coral color. Also, like, perfectly matches my nails. Wow. This is not planned. What's an art medium you haven't used yet but want to try? I have used quite a few, but I will say something that I have never done before that I think would be interesting is ceramics. I don't know if I would be very good at it just because I'm not primarily a 3D. I'm just like 3D mediums are really hard for me. So I don't know how good I would be at it, but I think that would be really interesting. So I think one of these days it'd be cool to join some kind of workshop or whatever and do that, try that out. Because ceramics is definitely something that you need like a lot of equipment to do. But maybe one of these days. Okay. I still want to keep streaming with everybody. I'm having fun hanging out with you guys, but nature calls. I gotta go to the bathroom. So I'll be right back. I'll be quick, I swear. So I'll be right back. This is my high tech. I'll be right back. Okay. Everyone go grab a snack, refill your water, use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Hello. Thank you for waiting patiently. Everybody drink your water. Okay, we're back. Doesn't he look cute? I think he looks cute. I was like kind of skeptical. I like really rushed the sketch this morning to have it ready for this live stream, and I was like, oh man, our boy Yuuji. I was like really, I felt bad. I was like, I didn't spend enough time on you. But now that it's like coming together, I'm like, you know what? Not so bad. I mean, maybe I just jinxed it. Maybe I'm gonna do something terrible to this and it'll be awful. We'll see. Have you ever tried finger painting? Not as an adult. I'm too much of a control freak to venture that way. Also, I think that when art becomes your main source of income, it's hard to justify making any kind of art that can't somehow be making you income, which is like kind of depressing, but the reality. So no finger painting for me. What's a medium that you've hated using? I don't know if this is like necessarily true anymore because I have only had experience using oil paints once in high school. But I did not enjoy using oil paints that one time. But I feel like if I were to attempt it again, I might potentially feel differently about it. However, I don't really have an interest in getting into it just because I'm a pretty impatient person. So oil paints just doesn't make sense for me in terms of my preferred process. But that being said, maybe it wouldn't be for me just because I know I am impatient. But I definitely admire lots of oil painters for sure. Oh, you know what's happening? I'm smudging the dark brown that I used on his eyebrows, and now it's like smudging onto the rest of him. Alas. Colored pencils are just so fun. I like building up the colors. Probably not very exciting to watch because it's so slow, but I'm drawing a scene from Kiki's Delivery Service and having a blast. Oh my god, I love that. I freaking love Kiki's Delivery Service. One of my favorite movies. It's very special to me. I did a screen cap redraw of Kiki on my channel a little while back. Did someone mention Naruto? I feel like someone's talking about Naruto. Bless. I started watching Naruto or rewatching Naruto and Shippuden during the pandemic. Very fun. I took a little pause on it. I last left off at like the big reveal with Madara and Sasuke and Itachi, and I was like, whoa, this is so intense. So I took a little pause, but I'll be picking it up again, I'm sure. What is your favorite Studio Ghibli movie? Oh man, it's so hard. They're all amazing. No, that's a lie. Not all of them are amazing. I don't like Tales of Earthsea. That's an easier question for me. With my least favorite Studio Ghibli movie is Tales of Earthsea. I really didn't like that one. But I think my favorite in terms of just like the one that I'm always in the mood to watch is Howl's Moving Castle. But I will say that, like I mentioned earlier, Kiki's Delivery Service is like so like really special for me because it was something that I watched a lot as a kid. Same with my Neighbor Totoro. That's one that I owned on VHS. Showing my age here. Watched it on VHS a lot as a kid, and it was my first Ghibli film. My friend, she loves like for so many of my birthday gifts and Christmas gifts, it's always some kind of Totoro themed thing, which I'm not mad at. I love it. It's so cute. But yeah, I did not own Kiki's Delivery Service, and so I remember I rented it, again, showing my age. I rented it, and I was obsessed with it. And that was before I obviously was aware of the fact that it was Studio Ghibli and that, it was the same as My Neighbor Totoro. Although, or maybe I picked up that they looked similar. I don't remember. Who knows? R.I.P. Blockbuster. I know, right? Like, obviously being able to stream things is very convenient, but a part of me does miss like just the whole ritual of going out to rent a movie. Like, you'd go and you'd have to see what was available, and they would have all the, new releases out, and then sometimes it'd be like, oh no, the one that I wanted is not available, and then you were stuck getting something that you didn't want, but then sometimes they might surprise you. And, going out to get the snacks, and I don't know, just like the whole things were slower, you know? And I kind of miss that sometimes. You were forced to make a decision. Netflix, it's like, they even have the option now where it's like, don't know what to watch? Click this button. They'll just give you something random. It's so funny. Yeah, there was this one movie rental that I went to. It wasn't a blockbuster. It was like, what was it called? Like Super A or something. I don't remember what it was called. Just like a local thing. And I remember they have this this gumball machine at the counter, and you would there was like some of the gumballs were covered with tinfoil, and then if you happened to get that one, you would get a free movie or something. Like little things like that. Like you don't experience that anymore. I don't know. Very nostalgic. I'm so nostalgic for simpler times. Gouache plays with the kneadable eraser. Oh my gosh, I do it all the time. That's like one of the best things about having a kneadable eraser. Fidget spinner who? I love how you shade with color. Yay, thank you so much. This is very, very fun. That's something that I discovered recently, or came to a realization of, was I was finding my marker illustrations just kind of boring. And so I was like, maybe I just need to be a little bit more bolder with my color choices. And yeah, it's makes for a much more dynamic illustration. And I think what was the problem was, you know, you get kind of caught up in, is this realistic? Does this make sense? And blah, blah, blah. And, you know, that's not what my art making process is meant to be. I'm not trying to go for realism. So it's like, why should I feel the need to adhere to realism? Not that I was ever being accurate in the first place, but I think that mindset was holding me back. What is your comfort movie except Ghibli movies? It depends on what kind of comfort movie I'm looking for, you know? Like sometimes you're in the mood for a rom-com, sometimes you're in the mood for an animated, nostalgic classic. I would say in terms of like rom-coms, because, you know, that's a comfort movie, or that's a comfort movie genre for sure. I would say 27 Dresses. Love that one. And She's the Man. Both just fun movies that I like to watch when I'm kind of sad. I have no idea what my battery life looks like on my phone. Hopefully we're okay. If the stream like suddenly cuts out, it's because my phone died. Forgive me. How do you find your art style? You don't. I think that it comes to you over time, and it will continue to change. It's a journey. I do have a YouTube video about it, linked in the description, if you're curious. Do you listen to Doja Cat? I recommend Been Like This for a comfort song. I'm familiar with Doja Cat. I'm familiar with like a couple of songs, but I have not listened to much of their stuff. I really liked the kind of Evanescence vibe that she had in that one live performance of Say So. That was really cool. I was really into that. By the way, thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. I know that this is a pretty slow and tedious process now that we're in colored pencil mode. But I'm glad that y'all are hanging out with me. It's fun. It's nice. Especially because I live alone and I work from home. There can be, you know, days on end where I don't actually interact with anybody. So it's nice to feel like I have company while I work. Because I needed to work on this anyways. So why not do it with all of you? I do need to finish my Todoroki one as well. I'll work on this and the Todoroki. And then probably Nobara, I think. Probably. Oh no. I was like, did my music stop? I don't even know if you guys can hear the music, but it was switching to another song. Just bought some stuff from your store. Can't wait for it to come. Yay, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's really cool to know that my artwork is decorating your homes and spaces. It's so cool. I've been really enjoying using this pastel-y colored purple on top of the blue shadows. It is delicious. And then like adding this little peachy color for that color switch. So fun. Colored pencils was the medium that I used the most when I was in high school. And so it continues to be a medium that I'm very comfortable working with. I know that a lot of people are like, think it takes too long, which is funny because I constantly talk about how I'm impatient. But for some reason with colored pencils, I'm willing to do the tedious task of building up those colors. Have you ever accidentally drank your paint water? You know what? That surprisingly is something I've never done. And I think the reason why is because I never use a cup or like, I never use like a vessel that I would ever drink from for my paint water. So I can never possibly like mix it up. Like I use this, hold on. Whoop, here it is. I use, for the past like number of years, I've been using this thing, which is like a collapsible paint water container. And like, so I can never possibly mistake this for a drinking cup. So I never run into that issue. I do remember seeing like those, you could buy like a set of mugs where one was written on it to say not paint water, which I thought was really funny. But again, it's like if I had if I was using a mug, like a drinking mug for my paint water, I would for sure drink out of it by accident, for sure. So that's my hot tip if you're running into that issue. Don't use anything you would possibly ever use to drink out of as your water vessel. I have seen people do videos on like painting with coffee and painting with tea, which I think is really funny. But for me, I'm like, but I'd rather just drink it. Seems like such a waste. I'm very much into coffee and tea. I've been really enjoying some of the grocery stores in my area. They sell, I forget the brand, Strong Brew or something, but they make these like pre-made cold brew coffee drinks. So delicious. Like iced coffee, my favorite in the summertime. Favorite. Okay, you know what? Let's start his hair. I've been like fiddling around with his face for quite a while. Let's do some hair, because I'm sure that will be more exciting looking. So yeah, I'm gonna do a second pass with the pink, and then we will go in with colored pencils. And I'm just using the same pink that I used for the base. The nice thing about markers is that they're transparent, and then you can build up those colors with the same marker. So yeah, that's why I always say, like, if you're gonna be buying, if you choose to buy markers individually, I would say to go for like light and mid-tones for the most part, because you can always build up those values. Because if you get like a really, really dark, like if you get only dark colors, you can't really go anywhere from there. If it's all dark colors. Obviously, there's a limit to how many layers you can do with light colors, but yeah. Anyway, that's another hot tip. Okay. As usual, all of the art supplies are in the description. And I try my best to include everything that I use. And the same goes for any YouTube video that I ever do. I try to include almost every, I think I do a pretty good job at including every single thing that I use in the video, in every single video description. Right, there we go, words. Sometimes I even list water because people ask. People are like, what is that? I'm like, it's water. It's tap water. Okay, let's, I think I'm gonna go with this purple actually to start. And we just arbitrarily carve out some random hair strands. The fanciest art supply of them all, water. You know what though, honestly. I remembered in one of my videos, I like wrote in, like I put the text like on the screen saying that it was water because people were still asking. And then someone in the comments was like, but what kind of water? Which was pretty funny. The tricky thing about this two-toned thing that I'm doing is that you have to be careful about not going overboard, because then it's hard to decipher what color the actual hair is supposed to be. I feel like you're using so many colors, but I guess Itadori, who I'm drawing, is pretty distinctive in the fact that he has the little markings under his eyes, and then like the undercut with the pink. It's like pretty distinctive. So even if I kind of go overboard with all these colors in his hair, it's like he's still fairly recognizable regardless. But do want to be careful I don't overdo it. That's kind of the problem I was having with when I was drawing Todoroki, because his hair is already two-toned, and it's white on one half, which is like really tricky. But I think I did okay. It comes straight from the very streams of Niagara Falls. So Canadian. Yes, that's exactly it. And that's where I get my artistic powers. Nothing to do with years of experience. It's just that it's water from Niagara Falls. Do you have an artist who inspires you? So many. So many. I cannot possibly begin to list. I know that a lot of people are very curious, and I get that question a lot, but it's like the list is too long and ever growing. But I own a Pixar art book. I own a bunch of Ghibli art books, like the art of books. Disney and Ghibli definitely were like humongous influences on me growing up, and anime in general, as I've talked about extensively in half of my videos. But I do have a YouTube video titled "What Inspires My Art," so if you're curious. Also, since his hair is pink, let's actually use some pink up in his hair. Let's see. My grandfather worked in the Disney animation studio in Florida until it shut down. Glad I have the studio jackets. Oh my god, that's amazing. That is amazing. I am a big sucker for 2D animation, specifically 2D animation Disney. So, mostly the ones from the 90s. I saw Anusha Sayed. She posted a video recently showing all of her, or a bunch of her art books that she owned. And I saw that she had one, I already forget what it's called. I meant to write it down because I want to pick it up now. But it was like Walt Disney Animation 50-year celebration, something. And it had a bunch of concept work from pretty much movies of that, all those movies, all the 2D animation movies, like from like Fantasia all the way to, I don't know, Mulan or something. I don't remember, but in any case, I want to pick that up because that's my jam. Have you seen the new Disney movie Raya and the Last Dragon? I have not seen it yet. I do love that it is a South Asian female protagonist, which is super cool. I have not seen it yet. I will eventually, I'm sure. Love Awkwafina. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that Awkwafina was the dragon. I love that. Awkwafina's really funny and has like such a distinctive voice. Doing the hair is like intimidating because I never really know what I'm doing. But then like once I just sort of get into the rhythm of these random pointy teardrop shapes, it's like kind of therapeutic because I just like zone out. And then you step back and you squint and you're like, huh, it's hair. Were there any artists in particular that inspire you and your art style? I've been drawing and I'm having one of those moments where I'm lost and confused in my art style. I can't explain. Yeah, I definitely think I've been experiencing that quite a lot myself. And something that I've been doing this year that to try and kind of get a grips on what direction or where I want to take my art is screen cap redraws. And I have a number of them on my YouTube channel. And basically, you know, initially I was picking like animated TV and movies that I found particularly inspiring, and I found that there was so much to learn from recreating those screenshots because you're seeing how they use color, how they do the composition, the style choices, line art, like so many things were to be learned from doing those. And then I did several different ones, and I was just like picking up on different elements from each movie or TV series that I was doing, and then, you know, slowly incorporating it into my own work or seeing what I could learn from them. So like at the beginning of the year, I did screen caps from Klaus. I mainly focused on the backgrounds because I really liked the color palettes and the stylization that they did. And then I did one of Mulan. And then most recently I did live action. I did Batman Returns. So it was good to like try and get a little bit of everything. It's like to pick different styles. I've done Ghibli ones, I've done anime ones. So I think it's really important to learn from a multitude of sources so that you are absorbing as much variety of information, and then you can sort through what you like about all those different things. Because I think that what ends up happening sometimes is if we're really, really into something and we only focus on that one interest, you end up just being sort of like an empty, hollow, cheap knockoff of that thing. So as opposed to that happening, you know, by accident, it's good to make sure that you're consuming all sorts of different media or inspiration from all sorts of different places. And then that way, all of your different interests are being filtered through you and eventually land in your artwork. And it doesn't have to be movies and TV shows. It can be from nature or fashion or, you know, anything, songs, music. So, yeah. Welcome to my rambling. I hope it makes sense. Do you like painting landscapes or like urban landscapes? They're not my favorite, but I have been finding joy in doing it every so often. Like actually with the Klaus screen caps, actually. That was like really, really fun because it was the color palettes were so fun, and the stylization of the environment. So I think that if I continue to find ways to do that in my work without like interpreting, you know, a screen cap or something, I think that I could come to enjoy it more. But I definitely am someone who prefers people, like as an artist, interpreting people. How do you fight art block? I've been struggling with it. I have a video talking about how I fight art block, but shameless plug-in. But yeah, art block, it kind of depends, right? Because sometimes the art block can be due to like just burnout, and so that's when it's good to just like take a break from making art in general, and like, you know, go for a walk, watch a movie, yada yada. And then there's cases where, you know, you're just like stuck on what you want to draw. And so in those cases, I like to, do the screen cap redraws or fan art, or do some figure studies. You can work from still life, art challenges that are going around on the social media. Or sometimes you're just like, you need inspiration. So that if you're able to, you can go to a museum, watch something that you find inspiring, whether it be like a nature documentary or music videos. I don't know. I know, I remember Yana, Cosmic Spectrum, who has a YouTube channel. Highly recommend checking her out. But she said that when she experiences art block, she thinks it's due to overstimulation. So she actually thinks that she'd prefer to like step away from looking at other people's artwork. She thinks that like, I'm paraphrasing. I recommend checking out her video. But I remembered like she was mentioning how sometimes consuming too much artwork from other people like distracts her or takes away from her wanting to make art or something, which I thought was really interesting because it's not something I ever thought about, but is possible. It's like almost like it's like too overwhelming, like too much information. Which is why I say like it's good to take a step back and like consume something that's inspiring to you, but maybe not necessarily other people's artwork, like movies or taking a walk or going to a museum. Everybody drink water. I can feel the way about seeing too much art on social media, but reading manga and enjoying someone's art is still inspiring. Yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree. I think that like it's good to just vary our consumption, right? Like, I definitely think that looking at other people's artwork is inspiring, but I do think that it is fair to sometimes be overwhelmed if we're spending too much time on social media, right? It's all about striking that balance, right? Everything in moderation, as they say. Oh my gosh, this hair is so fun. I was like so intimidated at first. I was like, I don't know where it's gonna go. And now I'm like, this is fun. It's all crazy. It's so fun. I'm sorry if this is boring. Thanks for hanging out with me. I was like really nervous. I was like, to do the live stream today. I was like, is this gonna go over well? But everyone's been so nice. Thank you. And I really appreciate that I've come to a place with all of you where we can both talk about art and also, you know, you guys indulge me with my anime and anime chats and Webtoons or BTS or whatever it is. Feels very welcoming. And good times. I like that we as a community are very positive. That's a good time. That's what I want out of life. Life is hard. So it's good to have a community that's positive. You know? You know? He looks handsome. Thank you. Yay. Okay. Let's move on to the jacket, because that has not been dealt with. I'm probably not going to end up finishing this in its entirety with everyone on the stream here, but we got pretty far. Like, it's like pretty close to being done, which is pretty good. Probably call it a day soon in terms of the stream. Oh, we're at 20% battery. So I think that's the sign. That's the sign. I'll probably wrap it up very soon. Story time. I went to a toy shop with my siblings. All I bought was a fidget I'm guessing a fidget spinner. But as we were leaving, I saw Jimin and Jungkookie Barbies. I was shook. Were you Jung shook? Oh my god. I didn't know that they had dolls. That's incredible. Jungkookie's my favorite. I love them all, obviously. But, you know, as it goes. Everyone has a bias, right? My friend and I were joking. I was just like, bury me with my cardboard cutouts when I die. Do you have any anime figures? I don't actually. Wait, do I? No, I don't. Yeah. I've seen, you know, I've seen people's collections and stuff. It's pretty cool. But that's not something that I have ever been that interested in. I think someone told me to hurry up. Sorry. I'm gonna go at my own pace because this is me time. What anime you're watching lately? I did talk about this earlier, so I'll just be very brief. I have been watching the second season of Beastars, and I've been rewatching Jujutsu Kaisen with my friend. Oh, and Hunter x Hunter. Those are the main ones. Having a bowl of Cheerios for lunch. I love that. I also do that. I'll like put on YouTube videos while I eat lunch. And then it makes you feel like you're hanging out with somebody. I've been watching, so random. I've been watching, I don't know if you all are familiar with Dylan is in Trouble. He does like movie commentary stuff on his channel. And it's pretty entertaining. I had, while I was working on my Todoroki drawing yesterday, I had one of his videos where he was doing Harry Potter commentary on in the background. Yeah, I think, it's like a fun way to relive a film without actually watching the film again. And sometimes when you watch like somebody else's commentary on something, like they will point out things that you never noticed before, or they like validate some of your opinions about something. I enjoy that. Do you have any original characters? Kind of now, sort of. Like I don't I'm not like a narrative storyteller, so I don't have any like stories necessarily, but I have created this one little character. Do I have a, let me see. Hold on, let me pull out this sketchbook, y'all. But I do have this little like girl gang boss character that I've been making. Whoops, here we go. Sorry, there we go. Here she is. I've been like drawing her multiple times because I just think she's super fun. And so actually on my Instagram, I had made a post about her and was asking people for name suggestions. And I'm gonna go through them and I'm gonna maybe make a poll and see what people think. I think the two that stand out for me that I remember was Kimiko and Momoko. I like that Momo means peach. I think that's really cute. But I'm gonna go through them and I'll make maybe I'll make like an Instagram post about what her name should be. Ultimately, the decision is up to me, but I think it'll be fun to see what people are into. Is Itadori your favorite character on Jujutsu Kaisen or nah? He's not, actually. My favorite is Gojo. I love them all, though. Like, I also love Nanami. I love Megumi. Nobara, Maki, like they're all great. They're all great. But in terms of like my favorite, it would be Gojo, who I will be drawing eventually. I wanted to start off with Itadori though, because he is our main protagonist. Okay. I'm probably gonna stop streaming soon, so you know what? We're gonna do the little highlight in his eyes for everyone, because it's not really done, but I think that at the very least it will feel conclusive if I do the highlight in the eye to end off the stream. I think that'll be good. Okie dokie. So first I'm gonna go in with this blue. I like putting in like a variety of colors in the eyes here now. It's fun. Especially because his eyes are brown, but I think it's fun to throw in other colors just to give it some variety. I'll throw in some pink. Why not? Because why not? Maybe a little blue here, a little flecks of blue. Why not? I don't know. I think I'm at a place with my art where I'm just like, my attitude is just like, why not? Let's try it. Be like Evanescence and bring me to life with the eyes. Yes. Wake me up. I saw a meme and it was like 3 buttons and it was like wake me up and then it's like before you go before September ends, or the Evanescence reference. So funny. Okay. Are we ready? Is everybody ready? So before everyone asks, Posca pen in white for this moment. All right. For that satisfying highlight. Oh, is this pen dead? Did I build up this moment and the pen is dead? Yep. Hold on, I have another one. Let's try that again. Hold on. Okay. Let's try this again. There we go. Wow. Yay. And then maybe a little bit on the lash line. Ooh. Ooh. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Now that I did that, I know I said I was going to be done, but done the live stream, I mean, but now I'm like, I gotta finish the eye here, or at least fill it out a little more. I will not be satisfied. So what I like to do for these portraits is I've been doing little bottom lash line with colored pencil so that it's like more subtle than if I were to do it with like a fine liner. I'm gonna throw in some blue on this upper lash line here because the red is strong. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that nice? That's nice, right? Bring Me to Life is so cringe to me now. The memes. Sometimes the memes take over and then you can't take anything, take the original source material seriously. Okay. Look at, so fun. I made it, yay. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna be leaving now. I think the stream is almost done because my phone is gonna die very soon. I'm so sorry for those of you who just jumped in. I'm actually gonna be heading out. Thank you so much for coming. I will say, I made a music video to one of her songs and I'll never be over the embarrassment. Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh my gosh. God, I love those cringy things that we did as kids. Like that builds character, okay? It's I love that for you. But yes, thank you so much for everyone who came. I'm gonna have the stream. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the stream up for those of you who just jumped in and didn't get to watch. So I'll have the whole thing up, and I had a lot of fun. I hope that all of you had fun with me. I am not quite done Yuuji here. We got pretty far though, so I'm gonna finish this after I eat food or something. And as a special treat for all of you hanging out with me, I'm going to show you Todoroki. He's also not quite done yet. As you can see, he doesn't have the highlights in his eyes yet, and I have to decide on what I'm gonna put on this patch. But he's like almost there. We're like, they're kind of on the same level here, where they're like 75% done, I think. Oh my god, the posing. They look like they're supposed to be together. They're like back to back. I can't. That's actually so funny, and the lighting is the same. Anyway, can you please do Bakugo? Oh, he's done. He's done. He's ready. He'll be up for on Friday's YouTube video. I'm really excited. He's my favorite actually, and I think he turned out really good. Anyway, I'm bad at goodbyes. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. You guys are amazing. I hope that you have an amazing day or evening wherever you're at, and I will I'll definitely do another live stream soon, or in a couple of weeks or something. I don't know. When my data on my phone resets. Okay. Bye. Thank you. Bye. Love you, love you, love you.